In this video I'll tell you everything you need to know about grades and type soul on Roblox. Subscribe, like and hype if you want to get this and more Roblox guides and enter giveaways. Watch till the end to understand this guide well. Grades and type soul are basically your main progression system. But the important thing is that every faction levels differently. So your path changes depending on whether you become a Soul Reaper, QUINCY, or Hollow. If you decide to become a Soul Reaper, you first need to die and turn into a lost soul, then speak to a Shinigami to officially start your progression. Every Soul Reaper begins at grade 5, and early progression is mostly about completing missions over and over to climb into grade 4 and grade 3. Once you finally hit grade 2, things start getting way more important because this is where you unlock your Shirkai and also choose your division. From that point forward, division missions become your main progression source. After that, you keep grinding through semi-grade 1 and grade 1 until eventually reaching elite grade. At elite level, the game starts heavily pushing you into PvP and raids because that is where most of the late game progression really begins. QUINCY progression works pretty similarly, except instead of speaking to a Shinigami, you need to interact with the sword statue near the Wanden Gate in Karakura Town. QUINCYs also begin at grade 5 and slowly move upward by completing missions. Once you hit grade 2, you unlock your script, and the difficulty spikes pretty hard from there. Missions become tougher, enemies hit harder, and progression slows down a bit compared to the early game. After reaching elite grade as a QUINCY, you need to focus more on PvP and Hollow hunting so you can eventually unlock Volstandig later on. Hollow progression is a little different because your starting grade depends on your evolution path. Menoskers start at grade 5, Adjikars begin at grade 3, and Vastakars start even higher at semi-grade 2. Hollow players still mainly progress through missions, but at grade 2 you unlock your partial res, which becomes a huge power boost. Once you continue climbing through semi-grade 1 and grade 1, you eventually reach elite grade and can finally start preparing for full residential progression through raids and harder content. There is also a cool detail for true Vastakars because their grade appears as question marks instead of showing publicly in the sidebar. That actually helps a lot since PvP players farming elite grips cannot instantly tell your rank just by looking at you. Overall, the grade system in Type Soul is basically the backbone of the entire game. Early progression is mostly mission grinding, but once you start reaching higher grades, the game slowly shifts more into PvP, raids, special abilities, and endgame faction progression. The faster you understand your faction path and focus on the right activities, the smoother your climb toward elite grade becomes.